offering of the deceased to the god of the dead, Osiris. Now the lid is decorated with figures and text surmounted by the hieroglyphic symbol for sky.
Let's go.
Below which is placed a winged scarab.
Why aren't you kids in class?
This place is boring, man. We're out of here.
Boring?
Yeah, it's full of junk.
Junk? Junk? Why, some of the greatest adventures of my life are sitting in this museum.
Maybe it's cool for you, dude, but we think it stinks.
Hold on or I'll clobber you.
Be cool, man. Be cool.
You from the city? Me, I'm from just across the river.
Big deal.
Come on over here. Maybe you'll learn something. Now, what was it I was talking about?
Huh?
You heard me. What was I saying just now?
Something about...
Yes. How I was born across the river in New Jersey. That's right. July the 1st, 1899. I guess that sounds a hell of a long time ago to you, huh? But let me tell you something. To me, it seems only the twinkling of an eye. I was raised in Princeton, where my father was professor of medieval studies. He was a very smart man. My mother adored him. She was the sweetest, smartest, most wonderful woman who ever lived. I can't say I was crazy about school either. I guess I thought I already knew everything. And I preferred having fun with my dog, Indiana. Playing baseball. Or maybe learning about other things. Like how to get to the moon. How to break the land speed record. Or how this mysterious thing called electricity works. Then one day something wonderful happened. My dad was invited to visit all these different schools and universities around the world. He wrote some important books, you see. So he was going to make this great trip, and we were going with him. The trip was going to take on close to 2 whole years. We boarded a giant steamship and sailed across the Atlantic Ocean. Our first stop was England, where we visited London, and then went on to Oxford, where my father had gone to university. He said he had a surprise for me. Some surprise. You think your teacher is tough? Let me tell you, she's a pussycat compared with Miss Helen Seymour, tutor supreme. Which seemed pretty much like the end of it, or so I thought. Only like I said, my father was a very smart man. It took 9 days to sail across the Mediterranean Sea. I guess my mother and father had quite a good time on the voyage. I didn't get to see too much of it, though. Miss Seymour didn't let up on me for one bit of a minute. I'll say this for that woman. She was one tough old bird. We landed at Alexandria and then made our way up the Nile River to the ancient city of Cairo. I had never seen anything like it. Everything was so wonderful, strange, and exotic. As soon as we had settled in, my father started his lectures at Cairo University. Mother was busy helping him out on the social side with afternoon teas and things. So I was left to the tender mercies of the wicked witch. From time to time, I was able to explore things on my own. But for the most part, the goddess of knowledge kept my nose stuck in a book. He ruled like the wind. The hand of God was upon him. Don't forget me, he cried, as if I ever would. The man was a hero even then.
Then what happened?
Huh?
Did he catch the killer?
When he got to the pier, the steamship had gone by 5 minutes, and Demetrius with it.
So the bad guys got away?
Not exactly.
So what did you do?
Me? I went back to Cairo with Miss Seymour. We joined up with my parents and continued our trip.
Is that all?
Of course not.
So what about the Jackal?
The Jackal? What Jackal?
The one with the eyes of fire. Did it ever turn up?
Ah, yes. The Jackal with the eyes of fire. Well, that's another story.
Oh, come on, mister. We gotta know what happened.
Oh, wouldn't you?
Hey, man, we gotta. Come on, mister, please.
Yeah. All right, but I've got to get home soon. Got to feed my cat, Henry. Very demanding creature, Henry. Makes my life hell sometimes. Okay, let's go. 8 years later, I was in Mexico.
What does Mexico have to do with it?
Listen, kid, who's telling this story, you or me?
You, sir.
Damn right, so shut up and listen. Now, where was I?
In Mexico.
I recall. It was spring break, and I was in Santa Fe visiting my cousin, Frank. The weekend before I was to return to New Jersey, we decided to hitch down to the border to have a little fun. You know, with the senoritas.
Come on, kid.
Little did I realize that the desperate financial needs of the revolutionaries in Mexico would lead me back to the Jackal and change my life forever. I was only 16 years old. I think my cousin Frank was a little older. yeah, now I recall. Frank was definitely a little older than me. I nearly missed meeting up with Remy, but I made it, and we slipped away. 2 weeks later, we took a boat out of Veracruz. I was on my way to enlist in the Great War. The war to save civilization. The war to end all wars.
Mr. Jones?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the Jackal?
The Jackal?
My son feels he would be more comfortable if I moved in with him in Florida.
Did he ask you how you feel?
My dear, we have to face the fact that we're not as young as we were.
What on earth has that got to do with it?
Henry, the IRS has absolutely no appreciation of fairy stories.
Oh, what
If you-
absolute tosh.
I know this isn't your favorite subject, but when the IRS starts making threats, you have to take them seriously. What they find hard to
Change
believe
just because they get old.
is that you can still
My
manage at your age.
I mean, why should we have to fight for the right to be allowed to make our own decisions?
Might
Like
help
reasonable
if you were to occasionally produce a receipt. You haven't listened to a word I've said.
Sorry, it's that voice.
Voice?
That voice reminds me of the time I was in London in 1916. I arrived with my friend Remy. We first met in Mexico, but he was Belgian, and he'd come to join the Belgian army so I could fight the Germans who had invaded his country 2 years earlier.
Listen, fighting amongst themselves. I guess they need us.
The truth is, when you're 17 and you see a fight going on, you tend to think it'd be a good idea to join in. It wasn't that good an idea, but I didn't know that then. I never saw her again. I still have the ticket for that bus ride. Yeah, she was right. If we had met after the war, we would have been two different people.
Come along, dears. Deeds, not words.
Vicky?
I'm sure that if the people here would just donate their designer underwear, the trust would meet its target and we could all go home. Oh, look who just came in.
Selena Mazzarino.
Oh, she's seen us?
Oh.
Norma!
Tom! Selena?
I know what you're thinking. But look at it this way. Frank bought this from a furrier who's going out of business. Now his kids will stay at school.
You don't have to try to justify it. You know how I feel.
Sometimes, Norma, you can be very self-righteous.
It's nothing to do with being self-righteous.
What is it then? Guilt?
No, it's about trying to redress the balance that mankind has destroyed.
What you know about balance extends to the height of your heels.
Wine, madame?
I'm just gonna have the small spinach salad.
Well, then I'll have the baby veal.
Baby veal? You cannibal!
I'd just like to be reminded where we are on the food chain, you know?
Then you're sick. They torture those little animals. They keep them locked up. They never see the light.
Give me a break, Norma.
Then eat it somewhere else.
No, honey. I'm eating it right here.
Then I'm going to vomit.
Now that I'd enjoy.
No, really, please. Now, you must excuse me for interrupting you, but I couldn't help overhearing the two of you discuss balance a moment ago. I was reminded of something from my youth.
Oh?
I remember that there was a time when to shoot an animal was an act of conservation. I was with my parents on a world lecture tour. One of my father's old schoolmates had moved out to Africa. He invited us all to stay with him on his coffee plantation in British East Africa, now better known as Kenya.
Henry! Medlicott, the genius of the Restoration.
Aids our own resuscitation. Henry, how are you?
Very well. May I introduce my wife, Anna?
How do you do?
Miss Helen Seymour.
How do you do?
Welcome.
And my son, Henry Jones Jr.
Hello. Well, come in and have some tea. It must be that.
However, when we arrived, Medlicott informed us that we had been invited to go with him on safari with our ex-president, Theodore Roosevelt. No 10-year-old boy at that time could have wished for more. This was a land I'd read about in adventure books, but what I saw was different. I didn't know it then, but I was looking at the Garden of Eden before the fall of man. You know, Some years later, they named that place Champagne Ridge. Oh, not in memory of Roosevelt, but in memory of the thousands who followed after him. Champagne Ridge. Well, thank you very much for being such pleasant company. But I have to go. Goodbye.
Bye.
What was the point of all that?
I don't know. Do you?
Nope, I don't get it.
Mr. Jones, sir, you must fasten your seatbelt. We're in turbulence.
All right. Insurance.
What? What?
Seatbelts are required by our insurance.
You work for the airlines?
No. The airline works for me.
Ah, you're that guy. Huh? What is it they call you? The Pirate of Wall Street?
I prefer acquisition specialist.
Yeah, fine. Well, you bought yourself a good company.
Well, according to these, I've bought an inefficient company that's bleeding money.
Why did you buy it?
So I could break it up and sell it, plane by plane.
But I've flown this airline for 50 years. What about the people that work for you, the pilots? That stewardess down there?
I buy and sell companies, sir. I'm not running an employment agency. And according to these figures, it's going to take me longer to get my profits out.
Figures? We're talking about people's lives here.
You don't understand. Let me explain.
No, hold on. No. You listen to me, Sonny. You know, you remind me of someone I met in the First World War. I enlisted in the Belgian army under an alias. They made me a courier, and before I knew it, I was with the high command of the French Second Army. At Verdun, one of the worst battles of the war. Well, the orders never got there. Nobody ever found out what I did. The attack was delayed, and 10,000 men lived a day longer. The French finally retook Fort Douaumont. There were 20,000 casualties. As for old General Petain, he hated politicians because he thought they had no concern for human life. But after the war, Petain became a politician himself and had a hard time indeed living up to his own moral code. Nivelle resigned and died a bitter old man. His problem was that he couldn't understand the consequences of his actions on the little guy. So don't end up like him, bub.
So I say to him, come on, Mr. PhD, let's go bowling. You can show the boys what you're made of. So what happens? He forgets to let go of the ball.
Is there Mr. Jones here?
Yeah, that's me. Thank goodness. I've been waiting for hours.
Oh, what's the problem, Mr. Jones?
And I have this, you see,
What we got?
Little girl caught a stray ball at Hartstock twice on the way over.
All right, let's go, come on. Let's go.
Doctor,
poor little girl. That's terrible, just terrible.
Yeah, shame. Happens all the time. Look at the world she lives in. First you give them welfare so they can live off of guys like me. Next thing you know, they're doing drugs and blowing each other away like animals. Kid like that grows up, what's she gonna amount to?
That's an appalling generalization.
Oh, crap. A liberal?
Mike, is it? Mike, that child could grow up to be president. Oh, find a cure for cancer.
Sure, whatever you say, old-timer.
Listen to me, you little snot. You never know how people are going to turn out or what changes they'll make in the world. I know, I remember. I was in the First World War. My friend Remy and I, We had spent 5 months in the European trenches, and we thought anything would be an improvement. So we transferred to Africa, where we both received commissions as lieutenants. When he was old enough, I wrote to him about our sergeant and about his dreams for the future.
So what's the point?
Point?
You make me sit through this whole long story and there's no point?
The missionaries raised him. He got an education. He became the first president of the Central African Republic, the father of his country. Barthelme Bokanda. You can read about him in the history books. You just don't know, Mikey. You just don't know.
All right, everybody, listen up. I got a little girl that's dying back there. We're gonna lose her unless she gets some whole blood. Now, she's a rare blood type, AB negative, and we're fresh out. Now, anybody here got the same blood type?
Oh, I'm only a no worse.
AB negative. Come on, people, please, speak up. Anybody? AB negative? My hero, get this man the blood screening stack. Come on.
I hate needles. I passed out during my Army physical. Come on. I'm sorry I ever met you.
I have that effect on people.
You're still here. Haven't you been helped yet?
They didn't have my form. You dropped it earlier. That little girl with the gunshot wound. Will she make it?
It's been touch and go. We've done all we can for her. We just have to wait and see if her vital signs stabilize. What seems to be the problem?
Rather trivial compared to that. My foot's swollen. I was stung on the toe by a bee. Is it always like this around here?
Those gunshot victims? One of those kids was in here a few months ago. We patch them up and they go out and blow each other away again. It's the bystanders that break your heart, though. Like that little girl. I must treat a dozen cases like that every month. It's relentless. I feel like that little Dutch boy trying to plug holes with my fingers while the whole dam collapses around me.
I met a Dutch boy like you once. German, actually. It was in Africa during the First World War. Through a stroke of good luck, I was made a captain in the Belgian army. Then, through a stroke of bad luck, I was sent on an impossible mission across the heart of Africa. Sometimes our light goes out. It is blown again into flame by an encounter with another human being. Each of us owes the deepest thanks to those who have rekindled this inner light. Albert Schweitzer said that. As I stood on the dock, watching Schweitzer and his wife be taken back to Europe as prisoners of war, I reflected on the very deep truth of what Remy had said. He'd been right all along. It was a fool's errand. The hospital was reclaimed by the jungle. It vanished entirely as if it had never existed. But after the war, Schweitzer came back to Africa and started again. He built another hospital bigger and better than the last. He never stopped gathering those pebbles.
That little girl you operated on, her parents just arrived. Looks like she's gonna make it.
If you'll excuse me, I gotta get back to work.
Of course.
It was a great pleasure meeting you, Mr. Jones. Great pleasure.
Mailbox, I mean now. Tampering with the U.S. mail is a federal offense.
I dropped the wrong package in, that's all. This is what I intended to drop in the box.
Once you drop something in that box, it becomes the property of the U.S. government until delivery.
Oh, dear me. I haven't had so much trouble delivering a package since the incident in Vienna, back when I was a spy.
Spy? You mean like James Bond?
I mean a real spy in the war.
What war?
World War I. Of course, we didn't number it at the time because we had no idea there was going to be a sequel. Back then, it was just the Great War. And I had recently returned to France from fighting in the Congo. And by then, I'd seen enough of the madness of this war. I no longer wanted to fight it. I only wanted to help end it. And that's why I joined the French intelligence service. And that's how we got the Emperor's letter out of Austria. Sadly, though, the Kaiser got wind of what the Emperor was up to. He called the kid in on the carpet, gave him a real dressing down. I don't know what pressure he applied or what force he used, but he forced Emperor Karl to go back on his promise. So the war dragged on for another year. A few more million lives were lost. Karl's prediction came true. The 1,000-year monarchy crumbled. He was the last emperor of Austria.
What a drag.
Well, not all stories have happy endings.
Guess not.
Doesn't even have correct postage. You know, I've always had a thing for ladies in uniform.
Here's your order. That'll be $3.25, please.
Young man, I ordered glazed donuts, not chocolate.
Lady, the glazed are all the way, like, in the back. I have had a super tough morning. I've had grease vats to clean. A tray of donut holes, you know, like, slipped out of my hands. And the last thing I need at this godforsaken hour is some old bat who is too senile to remember which donuts she ordered, okay?
Yeah. If you'll apologize to the nice lady, right now, I'll reconsider turning your head into a sausage pizza.
Hey, mister, don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I got it tougher than any of my friends, okay? This is hard work. It's tougher than you know.
Listen, bonzo brain, you don't know what tough is. When I was your age, I was fighting in the Great War, in the most horrendous hell pit ever devised by man or the devil. It happened by a little river called the Somme. I was in the Belgian army, but my regiment was attached to the French. I thought the world had ended. Great men died that day, and I saw myself spending the greater part of my youth in some rat-infested camp. So don't talk to me about tough.
What's going on here?
I was only trying to tell the lad a story.
He assaulted me, man. Take him in.
I did not.
I'm afraid that's what it looked like. Let's go.
Bro, wait just one moment.
Come on, man.
No.
Don't leave me here to use the cuffs.
Told you, I'm not gonna tell you again. Stop pushing me.
Settle down, tramps.
What did he do?
He accosted some kid in a donut shop.
That punk was rude and lazy to boot. He needed a little attitude adjustment.
Yeah, well, you just tell it to the judge.
You can't keep me here.
Yeah?
There's no prison maid that can hold me. Find you, Houdini. You wait till my lawyer gets back from lunch.
Good luck, old man.
You mark my words. I'll be out of here by sunset. I've got friends in high places. What the hell are you staring at? All right, boys. Who's got an escape plan? No plan? No plan. What kind of an outfit is this? Don't any of you guys want to get out of here? Okay, laugh. I'm getting out of here. 1 2 hours max. I've busted out of prisons designed by the most creative minds.
What are you in for, old-timer? Boring someone to death?
Oh, hey, you don't believe me, huh? This cracker box ain't nothing. The Germans, now they've built prisons. When I was serving in the Belgian army during the Great War, I was captured just north of the Somme after a very terrible battle. Many of my friends were dead and some of them missing. And I was lucky, but I didn't know how long it would last. So I ran across the German countryside as though the devil himself were on my tail. At last, I spotted this lovely farmhouse among the hills.
Officer! Get this old guy out of here.
I went straight
All right, knock it off! We don't put up with troublemakers, old man. Let's go, huh? You can wait for your lawyer out front.
Told you boys I'd be out in an hour. There you are. This microphone still working? Can you all hear me? This reminds me of the time that I was a spy in Spain during the First World War. I was stationed in the ancient seaport of Barcelona. You know, there's that lovely boulevard that leads down to the harbor. Romantic cafes, you know, hidden behind shady vines. Amazing buildings by mad Spanish architects. What a place for a young man, and what a place for a spy. I tell you, Spain in World War I was every spy's dream. The entire anti-German alliance worked as a team. There was Marcello, the Italian. He'd seen everything. There was Charles, the Frenchman, who used to be a tax inspector. There was Cunningham, the Englishman. In peacetime, he wrote thrillers, and in wartime, he acted them out. And there was me, the new boy on the block. And that pretty much sums it up. It was a jolly good effort, and we were right back where we started. The Spaniards, wise people that they were, never came into World War I on either side.
There you are, Professor Jones.
That's me.
Your audience is waiting across the hall in lecture room 103.
My audience?
It's the Pennsylvania History Society. This is the American Congress of Neurology.
Let's talk later.
You've been practicing for 2 years. Do you feel that there's been any progress?
Yeah, 2 years ago I knew 3 songs. Now I know 30.
Quantity is not what I'm talking about. You may know 30 songs, but you play them all equally badly. I hate to tell you this, kid, but you sound like a bunch of cats on a hot tin roof.
You don't have to be good to be famous. All we want to do is be famous.
Now, wait a minute. In music, the music comes first. When I was going to college...
Grandpa, not another story.
Well, I've been listening to you. Now, you listen to me. I was just home from the war, putting myself through the University of Chicago, waiting on tables, which is an art, in case you don't know. You don't start at the top. You break in where you can learn the ropes. perfect your style till you're at the top, like Colosimo's restaurant. The best food, the best service, the best Dixieland jazz. I was crazy about jazz. I kept it quiet. I only played that one song, but I was jazzing with some of the best.
So what are you trying to tell me, Grandpa?
I guess I'm saying keep on going. You may never get famous or play with any real geniuses, but the journey along the way is bound to be interesting.
All right, I'll get back to it.
Go ahead.
My tissues are falling off the shelf.
No more, do you understand? No more.
All right. Understand?
What's going on? Grandpa, what are you doing?
The neighbors are complaining.
If you don't stop, I'm going to call the police.
You don't understand what we're trying to do. Grandpa, we're pushing the envelope.
You're pushing us.
I know. Don't think I don't understand. I had some friends in Chicago in 1920 who were licking the gum off envelopes, too.
Grandpa, not now.
I was at the University of Chicago studying archaeology, And I was waiting tables at night at Colosimo's restaurant. Torrio and Capone took over Colosimo's operation, and the bootleg wars really began in Chicago. And Torrio became one of the richest bootleggers. Al Capone became the richest one ever. And I guess a few policemen didn't do so badly either.
Yeah, we're doing the same thing, Grandpa. Expressing our discontent with society through our music. Give me the fuse.
No.
Why?
Because there's a difference between what you're doing and what the blues were doing in 1920.
What?
Well, for one thing, they didn't have synthesizers, electric guitars, microphones, and amps.
Well?
So you didn't need a fuse to play the blues. Let's go.
Grandpa, come on, Grandpa.
Will I taste at last?
Why?
Why what?
Why so big?
Oh, Myrtle.
Myrtle?
Yeah, that's her name. Got a 24-inch suspension lift. The rubber's 66 to 43. She's got a 5-ton military axle. Named her after my wife, God bless her.
Why do you need such big wheels?
Truth be told, ever since I was a teenager, I wanted to drive the hottest car in town. That was my teenage dream. Wasn't it yours?
You're right, it was. Yeah, 1916 was the year. I was living with my father in Princeton. It was spring, and I was going to take Nancy Stratemeyer to the junior prom in her father's Bugatti. In those days, regular high school kids simply didn't have cars. They only dreamed about them. Edison never did perfect that battery, but I fulfilled my teenage dream. That day, I had the hottest car in town.
Well, that's just about the tallest car tale I ever heard.
And that's just about the tallest car I've ever seen.
Want to go for a spin in it?
Excuse me, sir, but the exhibition's about to close for today.
It's labeled wrong.
What?
This picture, it's labeled wrong. See what it says here? Young enthusiasts bring Bolsheviks to power. Russia, October 1917.
It's definitely the Russian Revolution. And our research department has done extensive studies.
This is not October, it's July. And these young enthusiasts didn't bring the Bolsheviks to power. They nearly had them knocked right out of the game.
Sir, if you think you know better than experts in the history of the
There's
period,
another thing. See that kid holding the banner there? When this picture was made, that kid had exactly 30 seconds to live. See, most people think the communists got rid of the Tsar. It wasn't so. He'd been overthrown before 1917 had hardly gotten started. The people starved and chased him right off the throne. The big question then was, what kind of government would they have instead? Would it be the moderate and middle-class men who set up the provisional government when the Tsar fell and wanted to turn Russia into a nice, respectable democracy? Or would it be Lenin or one of the other wild radicals who wanted to turn the entire place upside down and start again? I was there at the time, working for French intelligence. You know what my job was? Making sure Lenin didn't come to power. Because if anybody wanted to stop Lenin, it was the French. 400 people died that day before they realized the revolution wasn't happening. Lenin fled and the Bolsheviks were smashed. Not for long, though. That was summer, the summer of hope. By October, it was a different story. But October was a long way off. See that blur there on the left? I reckon that must be me. The hold up.
Who knows? You want to walk?
Yours too, huh?
You don't like men?
Yeah, well, what's it to you?
Nothing, I just...
Men are scum.
All of them?
All of them.
Perhaps you're looking for perfection?
Perfection? Mister, I gave up on that a long time ago.
Yeah. I know just what you mean.
You do?
Oh, sure. It was June 1920. I was leaving Chicago for a summer job in New York. As it turned out, it was the most exciting job of my life.
Yeah, stay out of trouble.
So, what happened?
With the show?
No, with the three girls.
Ah, the theater. Thank goodness I'm not late, eh?
Mister, come on, please. Don't give me a hard time. Just tell me what happened.
How much is on the meter?
$37.
I can't afford to tell you.
Men, you're all the same.
Pardon me. I see you're writing your review already.
You recognized me.
No, but I know a damn critic when I see one.
Hey.
Poor plot, indifferent staging, acting that would shame a high school play.
What are you doing?
If there's a way, be a worse show this season, but I've yet to endure it. How can you write stuff like that before you've even seen the show?
Experience. I know my job.
And I know these people. I've heard what's been going on during rehearsals.
Oh, really? Yeah, what are you, a critic or a gossip?
Sir, I have been a critic for over 30 years.
Yeah, you wouldn't know a real talent if it clobbered you.
How dare
you? Listen to me, my friend, because I know whereof I speak. Now, I was once involved in putting on a show. George White's Scandals. The year was 1920, when Broadway was really Broadway.
Amazing. Sir, you've convinced me. You were absolutely right.
What about?
About all the work it takes to put on a show. The laughter, the tears, You know something? I'm going to give this play a wonderful review.
A wonderful review? This paper? What, are you insane?
But what about all the young people?
They should be ashamed of themselves. They should quit.
Professor Jones?
No sooner was I up there than the cat decided to jump. I've never been fond of cats. Now I hate them.
Why do you hate them?
Why? Because I couldn't get back down. They had to call out the fire department to get an old man out of a tree. Well, you may laugh, young woman, but I found it a humiliating experience. The upshot of was that my children are questioning my ability to look after myself. Indiana Jones in an old people's home. It's inconceivable.
Is this why Dr. Holland sent you to see me?
No, this was my idea. My children think I'm crazy. I know I'm not. So I'd appreciate you all giving me a test to prove the fact.
Maybe they just want to make sure that you can take care of yourself.
Test me, then we'll know for sure.
It isn't that easy.
I demand that you test me.
Is there any history of mental illness in your family?
Well, that's a matter of opinion. But if you mean were any members of my family diagnosed as mentally unstable, the answer is no.
Have you ever undergone psychoanalysis of any kind?
And I did have a problem once, but I got help. I had a long conversation with Sigmund Freud.
You knew Freud?
And Carl Jung, and Alfred Adler. They were there, too. You want me to tell you about that problem?
Oh, please.
It was 1908. I was 9 years old, and the world was just as insane then as it is now. We were staying with the American ambassador in Vienna. And 1908 was the year of the first psychoanalytical conference which my father decided to attend. Problems often start in places of great beauty. I guess she never got any of my letters. I certainly never got any from her. But then, the world turned out to be a much crueler place than either of us could have imagined at that time. I suppose I was always getting stuck up some tree trying to rescue cats. But that doesn't mean I'm crazy, does it?
Mr. Jones, you are neither crazy nor senile. And I shall write you a letter saying just that. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Oh, is that the time?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm sorry to have kept you so long. I've got to be going.
Tell me something, Mr. Jones. Did you ever see her again?
Of course I did. But that's another story.
hell do you think you're doing?
That's my space.
Well, the hell it is. I saw it first. You asked for it, buddy.
You asked for it, too.
Hey, old man, what do you think you're doing?
Just parking my car.
Parking your... You crazy old coon, you can't do that.
Well, it seems I've just done it.
But that's my space.
No, it's not. It's mine.
It's my space.
It's
Oh,
mine.
gentlemen, calm down. You're both so busy fighting each other that you forgot what you were fighting about. That's why you both lost out. This reminds me of the time I was in Italy.
Italy?
Mm-hmm. It was during the First World War. I was a spy behind the enemy lines. The front was in the mountains of northern Italy. My job was to sneak across that Austrian line and persuade their soldiers to desert. Next day, they shipped me out to Rome, which I guess in the circumstances is just as well. So you see, it doesn't pay to fight over something when you lose sight of what it is you're fighting for. It's like life, gentlemen. Don't be in such an all-fired hurry that you don't take time to smell the flowers along the way.
Listen, old man, I'm only gonna say... Hey, get back here! Hey, move that junkie, pal! Okay!
Tow truck!
There you are. Is everything under control? Come on, Dad.
What?
It's time to go.
The grandparents' tea at Lucy's school. It's time.
Dad!
They're coming to the exciting part.
We have to go now.
Oh, and miss my episode. Are you insane?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. I've got to find out if Ralph is Maud's lover or her twin brother in disguise.
I can't believe you watch this stuff.
Why not?
Because it's stupid. It's trash.
Hogwash, it's brilliant. It's pure theater.
But it's not real. It isn't life.
You think life isn't theater?
Of course not.
Well, then you're wrong. Now, there are times when life is just like theater. You know where I learned that? In Ireland.
Oh, Dad, we've got to go.
No, wait. I'm just getting started. Now, I was on my way to London with my friend Remy. We were going to join the Belgian army, you see. Now, a boat took us to Queenstown and we landed there. It was April, just a little before Easter, 1916. Changed utterly. A terrible beauty is born. Yeats wrote that about the Easter Rebellion. He was right. Poor Ireland was never the same again. But Sean Lamass was not shot, no, sir. He survived and went on to become Prime Minister of Ireland. O'Casey didn't stay, but he wrote some great plays.
Oh, my goodness, we're late. If we don't leave right now, we're going to miss the tea and cookie presentation.
Well, what about my show?
It finished ages ago.
Finished? Oh, damnation. Why didn't you stop me?
No one's ever been able to do that, Dad.
Well, darn and double darn. Now I'll never know if young Jeffrey was using the Cub Scouts.
$2 million estimate. I think the market's peaked for Degas.
Ah, a Degas. Very expensive.
Isn't she just perfect?
It certainly is. I remember the day it was painted. This little masterpiece means a whole world to me. The truth is, it gave me a whole new understanding of art.
Well, did you say you were there when it was painted?
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's really neat.
See the date?
Yeah.
1908. I was on a world lecture tour with Mom and Dad. My tutor, Helen Seymour, was in charge of me in Paris. That's what I let her think, anyway. Back home, Taft was elected president, and Jack Johnson was the first black boxing heavyweight champion. It was the beginning of a new century, and the modern age was upon us. Paris was the city of art, and Miss Seymour was determined that I should see all of it. I'm not sure if Picasso ever knew, but Degas was almost blind at the time. But Degas was a sly old fox, and I think he knew what was going on. So in the end, the joke was on Picasso.
Number 16, The Woman at Her Toilet by Degas. I have several bids. 3 million. 3,000,006, 3,000,008, 3,000,009, $4 million. Do I hear any more? It's with you, madam, at $4 million. At $4 million, sold Mr. Yamaguchi at $4 million.
Goodbye.
Hope so. One fine day, we'll be rich enough to afford a Picasso.
Lot number 17, a highly important work by Le Douanier Rousseau.
All right, everybody.
All right.
What do you think, Grandpa?
Oh, it's
Cranberry sauce theory?
I don't like it, Mom.
Sweetie, you never tried it.
I don't care and I don't like it.
How do you know if you never tried it?
Your mother's right, you know. If you never tried it, you got to keep your mind open. You want to know something about cranberry sauce? When I was a little boy, I was in China.
You were in China when you were a little boy?
Sure. I was just a little bit older than you are now.
That must have been a long time ago.
Yes, it was. Well, long, long ago, in a faraway land known as the Middle Kingdom, my father, your great-great-grandfather, was going to work in the great city of Peking with the famous Chinese scholar and translator, Yen Fu. My mother and my tutor, Miss Seymour, were determined to see the sights of China. They thought I should see them, too. I didn't mind that. My mother was quite a lady. After she sent the landlord packing, she bought chickens for Kung Fu, and we had a grand dinner. I believe that was the best Thanksgiving feast I ever attended.
What's that got to do with cranberry sauce?
Not a lot. Here, Harry, why don't you try some? You'll probably find, like me, you hate it. No one makes coffee like you, Louise.
She's a legend. Louis, old timer.
Oh, will it be, Al?
Coffee.
Morning.
What's it to you?
How is it?
Like sewer water.
Now, what do you want to do that for?
Butt out, old man.
Well, she didn't do anything to you. What's your problem?
I don't have a problem. The world has got a problem. Oh, hell, I transfer my job, sell my house, I pick up my stakes to come here, and then they lay me off. I'm telling you, Mac, I can't go any lower.
I guess you made Louise feel the same way.
I don't know what a man is supposed to do.
I'll tell you what someone said to me. The most extraordinary person I ever met. I was 11 years old. My father was giving a lecture tour around the world. We went to India, a place more strange and exotic than I'd ever seen. Well, we saw everything. the Taj Mahal and all the other palaces, we ended up in Benares, a city on the sacred river Ganges. Benares is the holiest city in India, a place where all the religions of the world come together in harmony, a place of spirits and mystery. We were invited to stay at the Hindu National College. I was supposed to be studying geometry, but I decided to take a look around. Annie Besant continued to claim that Krishnamurti was the new world teacher. But in 1929, in front of 3,000 members of the society, Krishnamurti renounced his membership. For the next 50 years, he gave talks all over the world telling people that God is in all of us, and that above all else, we should be kind to one another. Just something to think about. See you later.
Yeah, see you later.
Who in the world reads this stuff?
People like you. What I wonder is if anybody in the world believes this. Jane Fonda and Gorbachev.
Isn't she still with, what's his name?
It's too good to be true.
In my years, I have found that sometimes truth is more fantastic than what you read here. Why, I remember when I was in France during the Great War, I was on leave from the front. And as a young man, I felt I had to try to squeeze as much life as I possibly could into those few precious days away from battlefields and death. What I was looking for was a sweeter, softer kind of adventure. As I crossed the street, I knew that I would probably never see her again. Little did I know that in less than a year, she'd be blowing a kiss to the firing squad.
Was she really a spy?
I don't know. No one knew for sure. I don't think she even knew. To the end, she thought that one of her Prince Charmings would come and rescue her. I'll always be sorry it couldn't have been me.
Any more takers? Everyone afraid to take on a woman? You, old-timer. How about you? Winner takes 100?
Steep, but a challenge.
How'd you do that?
That comes from a thorough understanding of physics.
Of who?
I first learned about physics when I was a bit younger than you. My father was on a world lecture tour. He took the family and my tutor to Florence. Florence, Italy, the most romantic city where everyone was in love with someone. Or maybe just in love with love. The architecture was breathtaking, built to honor man and God. Great artists like Michelangelo and Botticelli painted with vibrant colors to pay homage to the church and the Italians' love of beauty. Italians are passionate about their God, about their art. Ah, yes, Italians are moved by beauty, and nothing is more beautiful to them than the human form. The sculpture, I've never seen anything like it. but their most passionate love was the opera. That's the year I learned that sometimes things which seem to be going predictably in one direction can be thrown off track. But luckily for me, they can also return to their original course and happily move on.
Did she ever see him again?
No, I don't think so.
You write any more music?
Oh, yes. La Fanciulla del West, an opera about an American woman of the Old West who gives up her home and friends for the man she loves. Your shot, Mimi.
Uh-oh, there's Mr. Jones' house. What do you think?
It's a waste of time. Last year he gave us apples.
I like apples.
They were rotten.
Well, come on, let's just try.
Okay, but if he starts to tell one of his stories, make a break for it.
Come in.
Professor Jones.
Huh?
We know it's you, Professor.
Huh? What gave it away?
Ghosts don't wear glasses.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I mean, who believes in ghosts anyway?
you don't believe in ghosts?
No.
Well, neither did I. Until one day, toward the end of the Great War. I was a spy, you see, working for the French army. And I was ordered to report to the Allied headquarters in Venice, where I'd be involved in a secret mission in collaboration with American Army intelligence. As I glided through the Venetian waterways, an eerie feeling crept into my being. A feeling of dread, a feeling so deep, so profound, that I wanted to flee, to find some place safe to hide, some place where this feeling couldn't follow. I'd been in the spy business for several years now, but nothing I had done previously prepared me for the disquieting challenge I was about to face. Now, do you believe in ghosts?
No.
I want your blood.